Just trying to get onto load shedding. Load shedding. What can we do, South Africa? I'm going to welcome you now. I'm just trying to get this YouTube live, and then I'll welcome and say hello. So please give me a minute. We are trying. We live. There we have it. Let's go to this thing here. I'm getting to know this South Africa, slowly but surely. We are getting to know this. Say okay, then we go there. Problem is I've got load shedding in a minute, and I'm just trying to switch over to my battery, to my what can I say? Yeah, we are failing because of my access to live, hey? So it seems, unfortunately, Marlize, if you are there, my signal on Wi-Fi will not allow me to go live on YouTube. But hello, South Africa. Sorry on that fail. I'm still going to quickly try, but I need to get on with it because nothing's going to stop us. Where you may? Nix. Nothing's going to stop us from getting this done. I might not be technologically okay, but let me just check here quickly. We've got that. Jammer mense. But I've got to say hello, everybody. I'm going to welcome you now. I'm just trying to be my perfect techie on my own because we've got a major problem here with Wi-Fi, like I think everybody else is. So I'm going to try and go live again. Sampada. No internet, it says. No internet. So daar's die internet. Load shedding. Vetkoek minister. Yeah, I'm just trying here, guys. I'm going to give it one more time. Ek gaan een keer nog probeer, ek is jammer. Because we need our YouTube listeners also to go in. And we're going to have to find a way in the future. Ons gaan maar moet kyk wat ons kan doen, maar unfortunately I can't get onto it. So I'm very sorry for our YouTube listeners, and I'm failing you because of Eskom. Yeah, I'm failing because of Eskom. Hulle is besig om ons absoluut dood te maak, né? So, unfortunately, South Africa, the big YouTube followers that we've got, we're letting you down. Nah, because of Eskom. Yeah, we're letting you down. But I'm going to try one more time. I get to say it's not one more time, but I can't give up. Not on our people, because there we go. So we've got a bit of Wi-Fi here. I will apologize to the YouTube listeners when we get online. Hello, julle. Ek's amper by julle. I'm trying to feed my Wi-Fi off the router because it's going to go off. And I'm trying to go onto my cellular connect, my cell phone connection. So that when we speak and we are busy, that I don't lose you on YouTube. Maar ons gaan maar met hierdie boot moet ry, né? The power is going to go off now, I know it. and I will have to fix this with my techie guys, of how do I keep connection whilst we go down. So ek gaan nou nie meer langer kan wag nie, is al 5 minute oor 8. I'm going into load shedding, so I want to get my message. So yeah, I'm sorry guys. YouTube, we have lost the battle tonight. I'm very sorry. Ons is baie jammer. Right, South Africa. Good evening. At least what I do have is I have you. I've got my Facebook and hello Facebook. How are you? Namaste. Good evening. Sambunani. Salam. Goeienaand. And obviously right over here, I have my people on TikTok. Your favorite stylish politician, Neil de Beer, in the house. If I'm not, I really don't care. I still love you. Hello, Yella. Good evening. Hope it's been great for you thus far, and that you've had a blessed weekend. I did greet you on Sunday very quickly, just to say Happy Mother's Day. Ali Maas, all the moms, Ali Omas, Almal, Ugogo, everybody that had Ugogo Day on Sunday, your ma and your oma, umama. To all the mothers, I gave you a special message on Sunday from the UIM and myself. I had a great day with my mom, Mariana, and she never wants to say how old she is, but she is going in reverse. So she's 50 again. Now, Mom, to my grandmother that's in heaven, because she was an angel, miss you, Oma Mini, in right, so to everybody, we've had a hell of a week. I don't know about you, as a politician, as a councillor, many meetings, but I'm a different guy. I go into the street. I don't want to be a politician. Actually, I don't want to be a politician. I want to be a people's person. And today I went into a beautiful community called Mannenberg, Os, almal van julle. Hoorie, hier's die call. Loved Mannenberg today. Met a guy there called Katu. Katu en sy mense. Baie dankie dat julle my daar so gehuisves het. Thank you that you came to say hello to me. Thank you that I could enter your home and see so much, learn so much about our people. I'm a people's president. I'm a people's person. I won't change. Never in my life. Gaan nooit verander nie. We've got a lot of stuff to get through. Interesting stuff, so I'm not going to take your time. A lot of people in load shedding. If you see me right now, please share, please like, so that we can get the message out there. Ons wil die boodskap daar uitkry, especially you in TikTok. On my last video, I got 140,000 views and likes. So come now. On Facebook, the same video waar ek my back spil, gaan maar weer vanaand, 74,000 views. We are reaching the world. And we're reaching the world as the UIM because we talk the truth. It's praat die waarheid. For the first time, you've got a political leader that hates politics but loves you. Yeah, I do love you. Ek's baie lief vir julle. That's why I do what I do. So let's go through a couple of stuff. Firstly, the week that was. Onthou elke week, Woensdag, 8:00 in die aand, praat ons reguit. We talk straight about the week that was. And afterwards, we might connect to a couple of people, depending on load shedding, bring you on, ask your questions, get ready. I'll tell you, we're not going to talk long. I want to hear from you. So to everybody here, welcome to Straight Talk with Neil, and it's good to see you. George Parves, good evening. Assalam, Makil, good to see you. Magda, Leslie, Amal, all the people. Kenneth, Curtin, Bradley. Bradley sent me the ice cream cone already. Shop Brad, Horse, thank you. Bert Wolf SA, jo. Hi, welkom. Pauline Harting, Kelly, Mercies Abrams, good evening and salam alaikum. Inge, Janola, good evening on the people here on the left. Margaret, kom net in. Nora, Annie, Steigeman, Michelle Govender, hi Michelle, aan hierdie kant, good evening. Lana, Health, Laika, Sean Michael, Lyman, Awe, Os, Masa Kinders. Cold in the Cape today. Koue Kaapstad, but warm in the heart. Andre Wessels, hello Andre, Michelle Lou, Stokestone, Papas, Umpagazita, Molweni en tate, Molweni Umpagazita, Ekaya, nomslanje, ou tete, truth, nomslanje. Daar sê, Nilo. I'm gonna go, sorry, Andre Meyer, ek gaan nie betrokke raak hier by julle. Ek mis julle. I miss you. I miss you on TikTok, I miss you on Facebook. I miss you. So here I am. Hello from Claremont, PJ driving. George, kan nie beloof dit? Hey, right, here we go. So the ANC sends out a draft document this week and says that it wants to listen to the public about the following opinion. And it's called, hoor gou die groot woorde, hoor die groot woorde. Ja, ons politicians, ons gebruik groot woorde, dan hoop ons, julle verstaan dit nie. Maar die mense van die land is slim. We're not stupid. And it's my job to let you know about this. Excuse me, utter rubbish. Kry ek sommer, staan jy? As ek die woord ANC sê, kyk, hy sit hier, man. Ja, bitter. Soos Mara. Soos lewensessens. As jy daai woord ANC, EFF. Sorry. The draft employment equity bill. Ja. The draft employment equity bill of the Republic of South Africa is what this ANC government sent out. It's not cast in stone. No. They want to ask the public their opinion. Now, let's bloody well give them an opinion. Kom ons gee vir hulle 'n donderse weer, 'n bliksemse straal en 'n moer koffie opinie. Now, what does the draft employment equity bill say? I'll tell you what it says. It's only a draft. I don't care how you spin it. Do you hear me? I don't care, ANC, how you spill this. You want to spin this now. But what you say in this new draft employment equity bill, hoor my, is that a colored man and a colored woman, you use those words. You actually used it in a document. Colored woman and colored man, and then you say Indian woman and Indian man. Are you with me quickly, TikTok? No, you're going to think this is a joke. It's not April. It's not a joke. It sounds like it. Now, hoor gou vir my hoe dom, how idiotic this government, this ANC that was supposed to bring a rainbow nation, which I believed in under Mandela. Yeah, how racist they have become. I say. Load shedding. Kragskenking to the Minister of Electricity, Mr. Vetkoek. Jou moerman. Say. This is a killer. But we'll get to him now. Vetkoek. The African National Congress government is saying that they want to know if it's okay if in certain provinces in this country, Indian and colored people cannot be taken in to qualify for jobs. Did you hear that? This ANC government is trying to put through a new law. A new law, Zach. A new law, Zach. A new law that says that colored people, women and men, colored. Sy colored man. As mense. It's not Indians. It's people. What you are saying is that your new employment equity bill will exclude colored and Indian people. Now, I don't want you to say this is a colored Indian black thing. This is a colored black Indian white thing. No. This is a rubbish government thing. Because not even black people in this country that have got a heart and that believe that they are South Africans, Ikaya Umzansi, Nomslanji, will agree to this. We're going back to apartheid. Now, even in apartheid, the colored and Indian race in this country was segregated. Kom ek sê dit sommer reguit. In apartheid het die kleerlinge en die Indiërs op hulle moer gekry en onder die ANC kry die Indiër en die colored ook op sy moer en nou kry ons ook saam met julle almal op ons moer. Jy het my mooi gehoor. I don't care what you say. This is the truth. Julle die waarheid hê. If it's not enough that under the apartheid government, people were classified as colored and Indian and were totally segregated, now under this so-called ANC government, where freedom and the fight against racism was supposed to happen, you, the ANC government, julle popolene, julle, you are taking us back. You are making us hate each other again. How can you do that? How can you even think of doing that? I wish the day, ek wens daai dag, where there's no more colors, where there's no more Indians, where there's no more black, and where there's no more white. I pray for the day that we call each other brother and sister. I wait for the day that we love each other as people, not as a race. Ek is gatvol vir racism. Ek is gatvol vir colored, swart, wit, Indiër name. Ek is gatvol, hulle gee ons daai. Ek is gatvol dat hulle ons sit in 'n blik en sê, but you're a boer, and you're a black, and you're a colored, and you're an Indian. I beg the day that our children will no longer live in a society where you are classed but by your race, but where you are seen for your soul. I'm going to say that again. Hoorie, hier's die call. Hier's Neil de Beer se call. Mamela comrades. Mamela, Nomslange. Mamela's kantsonso. Hoor my. We are not black, colored, Indian, or white. We are people. Ek en jy. Jy in die Kaap sê ons ek en sy. I love my colored people, I love my Indian people, I love the white people, I love the black, but I love more than anything my God. And my God does not understand race. My God understands good and evil. Awe. I spoke to Gatu today. I said to Gatu, what are you busy with? He says, I'm busy with awareness. He says, but in the Cape, we don't call it awareness. We call it awareness. Aware, my bro. Say, is jy aware van die story? Don't you like it? A program called Awareness. Zach say. Awareness. South Africa. We need awareness. Aware, my bro. We need love. ANC, the party that gave birth to me for a long time and that I totally now despise. Look what you've done to Madiba. By you saying this, What you are saying, that even coloreds and whites and Indians, the now minorities of this country, that you're going to take our employment away. Away, my bro. Zach say, we're not going to forget you. Hierdie ou, I'm not going to forget my brothers and sisters. I am proudly colored today. I am proudly Indian today. I am proudly Boer today. Ungom, ugamalauk, uskan, so. I'm proudly Xhosa today. I am who I am because you are whom you are. Sis on you, ANC. Cupcake Cyril, you're a coward. You're a coward. Today, we got the statistics. In this modern first world country in Africa, where I really thought we were okay, we got the statistics today that only 10% of the population of this country, hoor my, net 10% van die mense in die land, het Wi-Fi access by die huis. Wow. Stop die bus. 10% of people at their homes, only 10% have Wi-Fi. Maar julle steel. South Africa, I want to tell you something. Write this down. Put it in your mind. Between 2014 and 2017, through state capture, the then Minister of Finance, Pravin Gordhan, who today just suddenly had a loss of memory. Because Andre de Ruyter in his new book says that Pravin Gordhan, the Minister of Public Enterprise, told him in a private discussion, allegedly, kom my, is hulle reg? Allegedly. He said to the CEO, Andre de Ruyter, let them eat. Everybody needs to eat a little bit. Did you hear that? Chow. Laat hulle chow, man. Soos 'n bunny chow. Laat hulle chow. The only difference is you're chowing our money. You're chowing South Africans' money. Ne? Yeah. So listen to me quickly. Between 2014 and 2017, this country, through state capture, they stole, hoor gou, that they can calculate, waarvan hulle weet, they stole 250 billion rand. Ek gaan dit in Afrikaans sê. Hulle het 250 miljard billion het hulle gesteel. Now, quickly do me a favor and let's do a quick calculation. If you take 250 billion rand, miljard, and you divide that with 60 million people in this country, are you with me? 250 billion rand that the people stole in this country from government, and you divide the 250 billion rand, in other words, 9 zeros, not 1,000,006 zeros. This government could have subsidized every single citizen in this country with 4.1 million rand. Did you hear that? We could have given, ons kon elke burger in hierdie land 4.1 miljoen rand kon ons vir hulle gee. Ons kon vir elke persoon 4 miljoen rand gee, vir besigheid, vir jou huis, vir jou kinders. We could have done that, but no, they stole our money. And what they could have done is they could have given a grant to every household in this country to get Wi-Fi free connection. But you see, they don't want you to have Wi-Fi access. They don't want you to have Wi-Fi access because if you have Wi-Fi access for free, you can listen to me. You can be on this platform of TikTok and Facebook, and you could then hear the truth. You could hear the truth. And that's why this government doesn't want to give you Wi-Fi. That's why they make it so expensive. That's why they keep it away from our masses. That's why the people in informal settlements, they're begging for Wi-Fi. They can't get it. Because if those people in the informal settlements, I'm talking the truth. If I'm talking the truth, do this now. Press this button. Send love. If you agree with me right now, what I'm saying, that they are putting the people's access to Wi-Fi, they're putting it down in the townships and in the informal settlements, because they don't want them to get access to this information. Feite, I'm not wrong. They are suppressing it. No problem. Under a UIM government, and if UIM goes into parliament, which we will go next year, we are in council, Joburg, Cape Town, Durban. Next year, we are going to parliament, and dan gaat ons hulle moer. Hoor my mooi. I'm only going there to go give them hell on your behalf. Yeah, man. Vote for us and see the sports. Come now, man. Let's have fun in parliament where it's not just the red jelly tots that jump up, maar ons. Yeah. And we're going to wear black. Ons gaan swart dra. EFF jelly tot Frikkie Malema wears red. The UIM will wear black. Because we are going to mourn the death of a country and the revival we are going to celebrate through God, inshallah. For God. We will give every single person in this country an access grant to Wi-Fi so that your children, your parents, and your grandparents can get access to information, can actually surf the web, can go see what's going on in the world. 60 million people educated through the web and Wi-Fi because you're also killing our schools. That's what you're doing. Jy vat ons godswoord, ons Afrikaanse onderrig, jy vat dit weg van ons. Onthou, dis nie net wit mense in hierdie land wat Afrikaans praat nie. Daar's nog 'n waarheid. Dis nie net blankes in hierdie land wat Afrikaans praat nie. Daar's baie mense wat Afrikaans praat. Charlies, hy, Tron, nie Thron nie. Charlies, Tron, jy, Charlies, ons is baie meer as 44. Ek wil kyk vir Steve Hofmeyer se konsert. 20,000. Well done, Steve. Os. Then this week we're fighting about what was loaded onto the Lady R. Lady R. Was dit nou bomme, stun grenades, handgranate, 155mm gun shells? Or was it now spears and shields, biltong and vodka? I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what was put on or what was taken off. All I know is whatever was done in Simonstown wasn't done with your and my knowledge. And apparently, they didn't even tell Cupcake Cyril. Because when Jonathan Steenhuisen, Steenkie, Steen, to Jonathan Steenhuisen, wat langs die president sit en opstaan en sê, Mr. President, what did you do in Simonstown, man? He said, you know, I don't know. but I'm going to find out and I'm coming back to you. And then what I'll do, I'll start a commission of inquiry to find out what I should have known, but I don't know. So it's an unknown, and it should be known. So there are unknowns and knowns in this country. A little bit I know, a lot of it I don't know. Like I don't know about load shedding. I don't know when we're going to get it right. I don't know who stole money at the Zondo Commission. And more, I don't know who put those US dollars in my mattress. I just don't know. I don't know why I can't fire Becky Cele. I don't know why I've got an idiot like Pravin Gordhan. And I sincerely don't know why I've got a guy called Gwede Bupens Mantashe. You know, I don't know. And I got so desperate to find out where's the electricity going, I appointed a minister of electricity, Ofetku. And I must tell you, I still don't know. Now, I would have asked him, but Mr. President, do you know where you are? I think you should appoint a minister of, I don't know. You idiot. A president that doesn't know anything. Yeah. And then the United States ambassador, Ostrikdassie, Mr. Bowtie, Mr. Bojangles. Mr. Bojangles says, damn, the United States of America, I'm telling you, they put on some stuff on that Lady R. It was weapons, and I bet my damn life on it. He said, I'll bet my life on it. Yo. Damn. At least Donald Trump knew what a great madman he was. I'm going to build a wall and I'm going to drain the swamp. And he did. Cupcake. So we don't know what they put on, what they took off, what they were drinking. Caviar, vodka, champagne, biltong, bokkoms, vodka. Ons 'n bietjie Olofberg, olie. We don't know. And luckily the president also doesn't know. As hy pak kom, my broer. Now, breaking news. Breaking news. Cyril's going to Russia. Breaking news on Neil FM. Cyril, President Museveni of Uganda, and 3 other presidents of Africa are going to go to Russia to speak to Russia and Ukraine to stop fighting. Sorry, guys. You know, you must come with me to Parliament one day. You moet kom sit daar waar ek sit in die council. You know, I've got a massive, ek het 'n groot sin vir humor. Jou jokes, boete, jou nomslaan, jou joke, jou grappies, man. I can't keep it together. I've not tried. But Cyril's going to Russia to talk about peace. Yeah. Cyril, why don't you go to Sudan? Because they're busy fighting in Khartoum in Sudan. That's not funny. It's serious. Why don't you go to Sudan, your own continent? Why don't you go to Congo? Why don't you go there? Whoa, stop the fighting. The only reason you won't fly to Sudan and go to Khartoum and get into the two parts there who are killing each other, they'll have you more. Listen to me. They're not going to give you caviar, vodka, and a steak pie. They'll have you more. These African guys, they don't take your nonsense, brother. So you can't solve the problems of the continent. Sudan that is in trouble. The people that are fighting everywhere in the African, maar jy wil Rusland toe bliksem, en jy wil vir Putin, who is a global power, and you can't even put on the power in your own country. You want to go talk to a global power about stopping to fight with another country, and you going there with what authority? You can't even stop the gang murders happening in the Delft. You can't even stop Joburg, Pretoria, Tshwane, Bloemfontein, Free State, Mangaung falling apart, en jy wil bliksem na Putin toe en jy moet vir hom sê, wat? So ladies and gentlemen, that's right. The absolute ice cream of Idiocracy UIM award goes today to none other than Cyril Matamata Cupcake Ramaphosa Rampies. Count it down. 3, 2, 1, 0. Daar is hy, Cyril. So maar 'n dubbel een vir jou vanaand. What an idiot. I'm disappointed, man. No, really, I know you. I've seen you. I've heard you talk. Jy het te veel Burger King geëet, McDonald's. This is terrible. And then, ladies and gentlemen, the Hand on Heart Award. The Hand on Heart Award this week goes to a gentleman who I watch, who I met. A gentleman, because he is, who has never given up. 'n man wat nog nooit opgegee het om te kyk na mense nie. I want to recognize today a man that has stood with our farmers through thick and thin, that has never stopped giving, and that fights for those people on the farms to give them food and to help them get through the drought. That man that I'm giving the hand on heart today is a gentleman called Burre Burger. Burre Burger. Burre, you are a South African legend. The hundreds and hundreds of trucks that you send and get for food. The farmers that break down in tears when they see those trucks coming to feed the people. Die feit dat die mense in hierdie land nie kyk na ons boere nie. Dat hierdie staat niks voel vir hulle nie. Maar 'n man soos Burre Burger. I want to say to every single person that sponsors Burre with his bakkie, the people that do his flight, I think it's Light or Life Airline. I know I'm not correct. I think it's someone up in the Southern Cape, Mossel Bay, or someone that sponsors Burre's vehicle. The people that sponsor him is petrol, and to the people that donate food. I just want to say to you all, thank you, and don't stop giving Burre whatever he needs. So, ladies and gentlemen, dames en heren, as iemand hom ken, as julle weet waar hy is, ek ken hom ook, ek het ook sy foon, maar vanaand, the Week Award of Hand on Heart goes to Burre Burger. Shot Burre, 'n oelofie op jou. Thank you for doing what you are doing. Now, South Africa, quickly, here we go. United Independent Movement versus Eskom, the state president, and National Treasury. So there we are. We wrote to the president, as we promised, a letter, and we published it in the newspapers, asking the president to answer just a simple question. Mr. President, and we wrote it officially, and we said to Mr. President Cupcake, we know you don't know anything, but here we go. on record, is Eskom solvent or is Eskom insolvent? Het hulle geld of is hulle bankrot? Simpel vraag. Niks anders te nie. He didn't answer us. Wow. He ignored us. Basies het hy vir my gesê, tsak. En vir jou, want ek vra dit namens jou. I'm asking that on your behalf. Then I had to write him a second letter because he didn't even answer me on the first. And I said to him, Mr. President, by the way, I want to know. Ek wil weet. Is Eskom solvent or insolvent? Still didn't answer me. I didn't expect an answer. The UIM didn't write to him because we were thinking he's going to run back. No, we wanted to put that question on record. I want to know it. Wil weet man. And then, boom. I don't know, the guys on TikTok, can you do like explosions? Bah! I know you can do it here on TikTok. I don't know if you can do it here on Facebook, but is there anybody that knows this thing where you do boom, bah? Do it for me quickly. Quickly. I want to announce something. Come, it's an interactive show, man. I don't want to just talk to you. I want you with me. Andre de Ruyter, after the UIM 2 months ago said we're going to go for them, everybody said you're not going to get anywhere. So the UIM were right. In Andre de Ruyter's book that just came out, in his book, he says, South Africa, are you ready? This is quoting directly from his book. Andre de Ruyter says that Eskom is not solvent, and the only way they are getting out of bankruptcy, of being insolvent, is they are currently topping the money up with taxpayers' money. That's it. In Andre de Ruyter se boek sê Andre de Ruyter dat Eskom is bankrot. Hy's bankrot. En die enigste manier hoe hulle uit totale bankrotskap bly is ons geld. Yes, Cassie, we know that, but what the hell are we going to do about it, Cassie? I'll tell you what I'm doing. I'm now writing my full and final letter to the president on Friday, and it's going to be in every newspaper in this country. You see, what we're doing is we are not playing games, we're building up a case. So that when we go to court and we declare them under bankruptcy, we want to put them under a protective business rescue state. You see, that's the plan. I'm telling you what's the plan. I want to protect Eskom from being stripped to the last bits. And I want to protect this country from not putting in one more cent of our tax money into Eskom. And I want to stop that they go borrow money overseas in the name of Eskom and steal it. Het julle my gekry? Daar's hy. There we are. The United Independent Movement is fighting not to ask Eskom to generate power, want hulle is moertoe. We want to protect Eskom from not going and sucking up more money and being a tool that they can steal another 10 billion. As julle by my, that's what the UIM is doing. I'm not suing Eskom to generate power. Ek gaan vir julle 'n ding sê, is julle reg? Hier kom hy. Hoor gou. Eskom gee Suid-Afrikaners nie krag nie. Eskom verkrag ons mense. Daar sê another truth. Nog 'n waarheid. Eskom gee ons nie krag nie. Eskom verkrag ons. Ja, they're raping us. They're raping our business. They're raping our people, they're raping our families, they are raping our life, they are raping our work, they are raping our infrastructure, they are raping our mind. Hulle is besig om ons te verkrag. Hulle verkrag ons by die huis, hulle verkrag ons by die huis, by die werk, in die pad, by die traffic lights, en in ons kop is Eskom besig om ons te verkrag. Tell people that from now on. Hulle verkrag ons. And I'm sorry, we're not going to take it anymore. Help me fight this. I don't need anything else. I need your prayer, I need your thoughts, and I need your love. Maar fight gaat ons hulle fight nou. We were waiting for someone to tell us that they are insolvent. En daar sê dit in die Reuters se boek. Now we'll take that statement out of the Reuters book. I'll put it on a letter, and I'm going to send it to Cupcake Cyril, and I'm going to publish the letter here within the next 2 days for you to see. And it's going to say, Mr. President, following the 2 letters, which you had no respect and no courtesy to answer me as a political leader in this country, no matter how big, no matter what the size is, you got to understand, I'm speaking on behalf of people in this country. And you didn't even answer me, Cupcake. And then I'm going to say to him, Mr. President, we now have an acknowledgement that we were right. And here's the next news, another bombshell. Are you ready? Is julle reg vir die volgende ene? I'm going to sue, if I can, in a class action. I'm going to sue the cabinet ministers and the president in their personal capacity for doing what they've done to us, for the businesses we've lost, for the family trauma, for the entities that had to pay gas and had to pay diesel. I'm going to bloody sue you. And then I want to see when you lose your car, and when you lose your salary, and when you lose your theft, and when you lose your access to money, I want to know, what are you going to do then? I want to hit them in the pocket where it hurts. Are you with me, South Africa? We can fight back. We can fight back, but we've got to be united. Ons gee hulle pak. Jy's reg, Adrian. He has no respect. Absolutely none. And because of that, this country is now receiving, if it's true or not, I don't know. I will be finding out. But we are being told that the grid of this country is going to collapse. I want to tell you about a message I got today from a guy called David. I don't know if David is here. His name is David Mack. David is a farmer, and his family farms outside in KZN. They're into chicken farming and etc. David wrote me a very, very sad message today, where David tells me they had to shut down production. David and them are shutting down production of food because they can't go on anymore without electricity. And in David's message to me, I got very heartsore, because you could feel the pain in his message to me. Hy was regtig seer gemaak. And he ended off by saying, your friend, your KZN friend. David is but one story of thousands in this country that are starting to shut businesses. Because it starts with load shedding, then water shedding because the pumps aren't moving to pump water. After water shedding comes business shedding, and then after business shedding comes job shedding. Do you have it? And then the total collapse of infrastructure. No traffic lights, no ATMs, no banking, no shopping, no traffic lights, nothing. How sad. How sad have we become? What have you done to us? You, the politicians, for the past 29 years. I want this country to get ready. The president of this country is nowhere. The president of this country is pushing around in Africa and he's on his way to Russia. He cares more about those people than he cares about us. He doesn't care. He doesn't care anymore. Your family meetings is a lot of rubbish. Don't ever come and talk to us and think you'll get our heart back. You've lost our hope. You've lost our trust. You've lost everything that you thought you had, Mr. President. Now let me, as a president, tell you what we need to do. We need to get ready. We need to help each other. We need to get ready like we weren't ready in COVID and like they pushed us down. This time we are not going to get caught with a state of emergency or a state of disaster. We're not going to get caught by surprise. I want every citizen to get ready. I want you to get ready that you know that you are going to be okay, no matter what. Now, I'm not telling you anything new. I'm not creating panic. You're already in panic. And let me explain why. Plain and simply, we went from 2 hours to 4 hours to 6 hours and now 8 hours of load shedding a day. Just think about it. We went from 2, 4, 6, 8. Some of us are getting load shedding 4 times a day. Think about it. They're talking about load shedding phase 10. Now that's going to go to 14 hours, 16 hours a day. Some of you, I just saw someone telling me there that they were on 14 hours already. Movie is telling me that. 14 ure a dag. And they're doing nothing. They don't know. The Minister of Electricity, Fat Cookie, standing on a chair, I saw that video, telling the workers to tell him what to do because he's a civil engineer. If it wasn't so serious, it would be a circus. But the grid is taking pressure. So get ready. Make sure that you've got enough lights, enough gas. Make sure that you've got enough food. Make sure, and remember, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not a panic monger. But this is the new normal. This is the new harsh reality that we are facing, and the UIM, myself, Neil de Beer, want to tell you, stay calm, stay focused, and be this country that you are. People brought us here because they don't care. I care. We care. We need to take care of each other in this country to get through this bad period. And South Africa will make it because we are strong. And not only are we strong, but we believe in our God. We believe in justice. Ons ken regverdigheid en ons ken ons God. Suid-Afrika, ons moet vasbyt. Byt vas. Ons fight. You need to fight out there to stay alive, and I will fight for you in this arena of politics every day until my last breath. We need to take care of ourselves. Ons God slaap nie. Did you hear that? Our God doesn't sleep. Ons enige God staan sterk. Inkosi sikelele. Apa nomhlanje iAfrika. Matlabane mamela unomhlanje apa iyiko. Ayiko answers unomhlanje apa igomso. Ayiko sebenza. Sebenza Dololo. Udololo sebenza. Udololo umali. Udololo amanzi. Udolalo nyama. Udololo mzansi. Mamela matabai. ANC Panzi ANC. Panzi Dololo. Come now, man. You can see it, South Africans. We need to change this country in 2024. We need to do it. We don't need people to lie to us again. We need people like me, like you, normal people that will fight. Finally, it doesn't matter on whose side this country wants to be. What matters is where the people need to be. Now the people in the ANC are fighting to support Russia. They don't know what to do because America is giving them hell. Here's my statement. Political affairs should be that of a party, not of a country. A country should do what is best for the people. Wow. Let me say it again. If you want to go into a political love affair with a different country, make it your own bloody problem. Don't make it a South African problem. Keep us out of it, man. Keep it out. Ja, Frank. Ek soek nie 'n plek, Frank. Waar is jy? Hier is jy, nee, Frankie. Frankie, ek soek nie 'n plek in die parlement, ek het klaar een. Sê vir my, wat het jy? Frank, ek sien jou nie in die raadsaal nie. Ek sien jou nie in die strate nie, Frank. Waar die hel is jy? Jy lyk my vir my maar bietjie Frank. Ek soek niks stoele nie, ek het. Ek het al stoele van dat ek 20 jaar gelede begin werk en veg het. En jy? Frank, as ek jy was, nee, het ek dadelik my stoel gaan gee vir die EFF en die ANC, want dit is jou toekoms, my seun. Jy lyk nie vir my na 'n ouer mens nie. Luister gou, Laitie. Ons is besig met groot mens sake hier. God se woord sê, toe ek nog 'n kind was ek besig met die dinge van 'n kind. Nou dat ek 'n man is, het ek nie meer tyd vir dinge van 'n kind nie. Jy, Frank, weg is jy. Soek jou nie hier nie. Ons is oplossers hierso. Gaan stem vir Julius. Bye-bye, Frankie. Nee, ons gaan jou later kry. Ons gaan jou later blok. Nie nou nie. Nie jou koppie uitsit nie. Hier gaan jy op jou moer kry by hierdie mense, né? Frank, hierdie oom is besig met belangrike goed, né? Laitie, nie tyd vir jou nie. Né, Frank? Né? Besig man. Hy besig. You're not my level. Finally, the UIM, excluding Frank, ek het net sy naam gat gemaak. We're getting places. We are getting there. We're going on it. Plain and simple. Ja, is 'n ou foto, Frank. Maar jou kop en jou gedagtes is maar ook oud, né? Lyk jy of jy reg is nie. Frank, waai nou man. Wil jou nie hê nie. Wil jou nie hê nie. Okay, jy het nou klaar gesê jy's ons vyand. Jy het nou klaar gesê jy's nou aan die kant van die EFF en die ANC. So Frank het nou jou lyne getrek. Hierdie mense by die UIM, hierso, we don't have time for you. We are here to solutions and some of us lay our lives down every day. Ne? Now this is not let me talk to you frankly, Frank. Hierdie oom met IK, ne? As jy, die mense op TikTok slaan hom. Sê vir my moet weggaan. I am looking forward to a great tour. We are coming again to meet our thousands of people, our supporters in Gauteng. Ons gaan 'n bietjie trek, ons gaan vir hulle sê waar ons moet gaan. Die mense, ek sien die mense op Facebook wil vir Frankie hierso op TikTok sê sy moer. Maar die probleem is, hulle sit hier en TikTok is hier. Maar ek sê sommer namens julle. Namens die mense hierso. Wat hulle hierso sê. Frankie, moet sien wat die mense hierso sê. Jo. Maar jy het nou net 'n lelike ou geraak. Jy het nou net 'n fyn. Maar ek ken jou nie en ek is nie hier om te judge nie, né? Frankly speaking. Jy ryk 'n bietjie Frank. South Africa, is daar enige iemand, dis nou behalwe Frankie, né? Frank Tsak, né, wat gou met my wil opkom. Anybody? Enige iemand? Ek het hierso, weet ons, hierso, kom ons gaan. I've come to that point now where I want to listen to you to say hello. David, I'm calling you on the box. Are you there, Dave?
Shit.
Dave, did you get a fright? Where are you going now? Are you there?
I'm coming.
You're coming, Dave. You're getting there. You're getting there, bro. I'm waiting for David. David's on here. David got caught by surprise. Well, for David. David's coming online with me. Dave, you there? David?
Calling me. Yeah, no, I can hear you. I can hear you.
David, you asked to join.
Yes.
What can we do for you? Dave, we've got to go. We've got 2 other people. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm well. I'm on the live. You wanted to say something, David?
Yes. So what I would like you to say, I'm just trying to get the camera on. There we go. Okay, so I would like to say that I've been looking at the previous protesting, like the EFF. EFF had protested against the ANC for Eskom, and they've done nothing. And so I'm looking at, look at the situation. What's the problem with Eskom? And you see, Andre Righteous, he just left South Africa because he'd been death threatened by the ANC. So my belief, in my personal opinion, I believe that the ANC is so corrupt and so incompetent that they are trying to muggle up the whole Eskom thing to cover up for all their crimes of bribing, taking money out, and trying to destroy us South Africans as citizens of this country. And all of us having to live like in complete utter darkness when there's load shedding. Like I've had in a couple of 2 weeks ago, it was like 4 hours load shedding, and there's no power, and it's ridiculous. And I can imagine how people feel, what it's like to be under load shedding, and if they get to take it off for more than 4 hours. I can feel how people have to go through the kind of frustration when there's no power. And some people are having lack of no money to be able to buy a UPS or a battery or solar panels for all that kind of stuff to back up their electricity. And I can barely understand what the situation is in South Africa. And it is a very sad situation where the government just completely ignores the demands of the public. And so I personally feel, in my opinion,
go on.
That the problem is ANC. The ANC are doing nothing about it, and they're just making a mugger up of Eskom.
I agree. And David, that's why I'm fighting. I'm fighting that we can save ourselves from total destruction.
Yes.
You've got a voice, David. As you stand there, I'm your voice, David. And I'm not going to stop. That no matter what happens, David, the people will govern. I'm giving you my word. The people will govern, David. Your voice has just been heard by thousands of people. And thank you for coming up. And thank you for being there for me. And I hope to one day shake your hand, my brother.
No problem. You have my support.
God bless. Cheers, brother.
Sure, you too. Okay, bye.
Bye. That was David, and well, great to have David on the line. I'm going to quickly we've got to share here, Jacques. Oh, our SG is here. And then I'm going to take Jacques. Jacques, are you there? I'm adding Jacques. He mustn't get a fright now. But our Secretary General's online. Where's Jacques? There's Jacques. SG. Can you hear me? How are you, sir? Are you there? I can't hear you, but I'm going to try, as always. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Now I can hear you. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
What a day, what a live. People are on TikTok, I couldn't do YouTube because as I wanted to YouTube, I can run off my cellular phone, my TikTok and my Facebook, but not YouTube on my laptop. So yeah, sorry for that.
Oh, okay. No problem. I want to make a comment if you don't mind.
Absolutely. Go for it.
I want to remind the people to please make the effort to read the Government Gazette on Fridays, because there are a number of laws currently being passed that I think the public is very unaware of. I think there's one such law that the submission deadline for that law is on Monday next week. It's that new hate speech bill. And there's a number of attorneys and legal minds that have absolutely pulled that bill apart because of the vagueness of its content. And, some of the stuff that the government is currently proposing and passing right under our noses without us actually knowing about it, because we are being given an opportunity to participate in this process, but they silently advertise these things. And if you don't actually make the effort to go and read the Government Gazette, then you will be completely unaware of it. So laws are being passed every week. And I mean, these laws are the type of laws that threaten our democracy, and it threatens our constitutional rights. And these things just keep on getting passed every week. So people must really, really make the effort to educate themselves and to really go and read that Government Gazette and participate. When there's an opportunity to participate, they must really do so, because the laws, and I've actually gone onto the website today, the government website, and I had a look at some of the laws that are currently in waiting. Laws that have been presented to Parliament, to the National Assembly, and these are all laws that they are planning on passing in the next couple of months. And some of these laws are actually frightening. If you actually go and look at the bill and the contents thereof, and I mean, they are hiding things in the finer details that if you are not legally inclined, you might miss it, or you might not understand what they are, what the implications are. And there's a number of attorneys and advocates and legal minds out there that are writing articles on it and explaining what the contents of those bills are. So we must really pay attention to it, and I think that's something that's quite alarming to me, to be quite honest with you.
Well, Jacques, what I suggest we do, you're the legal expert, you can transfer and explain things to us. Maybe what we should do is go on a campaign next week, a banner campaign, describing some of those laws and putting it in a banner and telling the people what they're busy with. Because I think that's what we must do. Our duty is to inform the citizens. So maybe what I suggest is these laws and these bills that are on the website, because not everybody has the time, it's our duty to tell them. I think we should start informing South Africans what they're busy with. Like this draft employment equity bill and what they're saying.
Yes.
So I've highlighted this absolute absurd scenario against the colored and Indian population of this country, which are basically South Africans. They are. So I think these are the things, Jacques, and I agree with you. Thank you for highlighting that. And I think we should tell the people on a campaign, 5 or 6 banners about what bills are out there.
Yeah.
Great idea.
That's a good idea. I'll do.
Thanks, my man. That's our SG, Jacques. Thanks, Jackie. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Love you.
Present.
Great work. And by the way, great work. Keep going.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
That's Jacques Taljaard, our SG. My booty. What a great man. I'm going to quickly go here on TikTok. Is JF Mulder, JFK Mulder. I'm going to accept you, JFK Mulder. If you want to, if I can. JFK, are you there? This man's just got a great smile. I've got to get him online. JFK, how are you?
Neil, I'm very well, thank you. How are you, my brother?
I'm brilliant. I'm enthusiastic. How can you not be energized when you speak to people like you and speak to South Africans and interactive? The difference between myself and any other political leader is I speak to the people. I speak to you.
Okay,
I make the effort.
right.
I go on every Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. I'm here to tell the people, not to get votes, but to make sure
Okay.
that you know what's going on. And that's why I get you on here to talk to me and tell me what do you think and ask me a question. And thank you for giving me that opportunity, JF.
Neil, it's good to see what you're doing. I don't know a lot about you. I've been told you have an ANC background, but they didn't like you anymore. You have a love for our country. It seems, from what I know about you, you politically streetwise, you're a fighter for our country, and I really appreciate that, Neil. I really appreciate that.
Thank you.
I
I just want to correct you on one thing. I left them. I filed divorce papers on them because it's not the same woman I married or the same person I married in 94. So just on that point, I hope they know that.
I understand. Okay, that's good, Neil. I have a question though on that point. It's good to hear that you say, we believe in our God and so forth. My concern has to do with not what's happening on ground level, but actually the point of departure of our Constitution, Neil.
Yes, absolutely.
Our Constitution does name God. I have a question. Who is he? Is he the one that is okay with abortion? Is he the one that's okay with not having the principle of retribution in our legal system? Who is that God? Who is he? That's my question. If we focus, Neil, only on what the Ten Commandments has 2 tables. And it is my view that if we focus only on the second table, okay, don't steal, okay, we're against corruption. Don't murder, okay, we're against people murdering others. For as long as we are going to focus only on the second table, we will not bring the paradigm shift our country needs. The West will not like us for it. But until we push the first table of the Ten Commandments too, we will see no change in our country. This will mean that the Christian faith in South Africa will get preferential treatment. This will mean that the blaspheming of God's name in movies, in the public sphere, will not be tolerated judicially. For as long as we focus only on loving our neighbors and not loving God in the judicial point of departure of our Constitution and the laws that we make, there will be no healing. That's my point of view, Neil.
I agree. JFK, have you been a police officer? Have you served in uniform?
No, I haven't. But I did grow up in a military home.
When you kill someone because that person wants to kill you.
Yeah.
When you stand in a home and a man's got a gun to your child's head.
Yes.
Then in my opinion, in my life, God justifies me to defend myself. I don't care what anybody says. I've been in uniform. I have been shot at.
Right.
Not to ask me for anything, but to kill me. When you look at a biblical term, and the biblical debate is a massive one, but I'm a child of God. Now, when you say to a person, thou shalt not kill, in modern time today where we are, we kill. We don't know if it's right or wrong in the biblical word. But when I remember my teachings of God, God led an army to walk around 12 times of Jericho. God empowered David to stone Goliath to death And he gave Simpson the power to crush pillars so that people die. I believe in a just God. My God doesn't just sit back and kiss babies. My God is a God of justice. When you talk about things that matter in the biblical term, we are not a faith-based party like the ACDP or Al Jama'ah. We are a party in faith. And we recognize Christianity. We recognize our brothers and sisters from the Muslim community. We also understand and respect the people of the Jewish faith with the Torah. What we don't respect and will never allow is that Satan and in the dark side prohibits us to understand they are not a faith. They are not my kind. And in that sense, you know, this is a long debate. I'm not going to go into it, but I'm definitely wanting you to DM me your number. I really do, because I want to interact with you. Because we need opinion and we need support. But you are right. We have. Sometimes people think that God has forsaken us. Places like Delft tonight, where more than 22 people were murdered this weekend. Those people will not be blamed when they tell me on a WhatsApp that Delft has become the land that God has forgotten. It's our duty to go back there as Christians and of people of faith and tell them, no, you are wrong. God is here. The reason we don't like mixing God and politics is because I think we are ashamed of the lies that we tell in politics. The reason this country is going through what it's going through, JFK, is because we've left God. God's not left us. So you will find that being a son of God, and I'll tell you my story once I see you over a good coffee, wherever you are. I suffered terminal cancer last year. I was on my deathbed. I was 5 months in ICU. I was dying. I asked God to take me or to save me. And I'll tell you, if there's anybody that has changed to God, boy, it's myself. I know his power. I believe it. So JFK, there are many arguments within the commandments. But one thing I know, every human being knows what is good, and every human being knows what's bad. And if I can put it in simple terms, you are either in the light or you are the dark. And this country needs the light, JFK.
Neil, yes, thank you for that. Yes, I fully agree with you. When you say everybody knows what it's right.
JFK, can I say one more thing? I need to tell you the story before I go, and I've got to go. You know Keanu Reeves? Well, you know
The Matrix, yes.
The Matrix, Keanu Reeves. They call him the most humble actor because he drives on the metro, takes taxis. Nobody does. And what amazed me the other day is I saw a video clip of Keanu Reeves on a TV program, and everybody knows that Keanu Reeves does not believe in God, but he believes in an energy. He believes in a God energy, okay?
Yeah.
So this guy says to Keanu Reeves, JFK, you're going to dig this, you're going to like it. He says to Keanu Reeves, obviously a loaded question. And he says, Keanu, what happens to you and to people when they die? And without blinking, without thinking, Keanu Reeves said, well, I know that when you die, the people that love you will miss you.
Wow. Yes, I remember.
Wow.
Yeah.
So,
great speaking to you, Neil.
You're either in the good, and JFK, I'm not going to drop you. I'm going to fight for you. And that light that you require, because I know you in the light, I won't give up until my dying day.
Yes, thank you so much, Neil. Our continent is too spiritual to separate politics from worldview and from God. So I want to challenge you, Neil. I want to challenge you and say it straight. As the leader of your party, you separating the two You are wrong, my brother. You are wrong. Our national anthem is not Sigelela i-Afrika. It is Nkosi Sigelela i-Afrika. It is a prayer. You need to bring prayer into your party. A big problem that Muslims have with Christians is not in the first place that they are Christians, but because they have become so secular, they don't believe in anything anymore. Stand up as a Christian if you are one, and acknowledge
JFK,
the
sorry,
king
JFK,
of...
can I answer you back because you say to me I'm wrong? Can I answer you back by saying I don't judge?
With respect.
I don't judge.
Yeah, with respect.
God judges.
Well, our country judges, our national anthem judges, Neil. Our national anthem judges. Yeah, well, our national anthem does. It says Nkosi Sigelela i-Afrika. It was composed by Enoch Sontonga, a Methodist teacher.
No, I know that.
That believes, well, our national anthem judges.
Sure.
I want to hold that close to my heart, and I'm saying it with respect. I'm on your side, Neil.
Sure. But also
I'm challenging you.
Our national emblem, what is it? What is our national slogan, JFK?
Unity and diversity.
But what is it in Khoisan?
Can you say it?
Yes,
I can't pronounce. Okay.
I was there when Mandela wrote it.
Okay.
Is the most indigenous language. What I'm going to tell you, I know you're on my side, but I'm not in charge of putting in the national anthem. I'm not in charge of national government. What I am in charge with is the people that want a free country. Myself, an ex-MK commander, 1988, didn't talk, I fought for freedom of this country. My book is out. It's called Undercover with Mandela Spy. That's who I was. So I know from the birth of this country that you and I, we share one thing, hopefully. We might not agree with each other, but I'll tell you one thing that we absolutely share, and that is our love for our country.
Absolutely.
Let's have that coffee, hopefully. Thanks, JF.
Yeah, let's make contact, Neil. Great speaking to you, and everything of the best.
And all my love.
Thank you for the opportunity, my brother. Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Thank you.
Thank you. That's the great thing about this country, is that no matter our opinion, no matter how we approach it, did you see how I could speak to JFK and he's got his points and mine, I've got mine, but at the end of the day, we still love each other. One God, one country. That's it for us. What a great day, what a great debate, what a great talk. I'm going to love and leave you in the dark. We've now been busy an hour and a half. I promised I would only be there for 45 minutes. Done it again. I'm sorry, but you excite me. I love you.